Turret Repair bring you some more Master League action. This is the third place playoff match. On the left we have Luvnest playing as Soviets. He's going for Armed Assault. Did see a bit of him using this commander earlier in the tournament. For a Combat Engineer first, like second I suppose. One conscript then into the Combat Engineer, so a bit of an earlier field presence. Using that to contest the southern and the northern fuel at the same time. MG's coming up here. Combat Engineer a bit cheeky, trying to stay out of range of the pyros. Knows that they don't want to leave the capture circle. And here we go. Small burst, but they're right on the edge of the range. Don't get suppressed. This Combat Engineer though has to give up the cap on that fuel. Looks like Luvnest's not too concerned about that at the moment. Getting some sandbags up early on. Looking to catch the MG42 out of position. Didn't mention Cretes' commanders. He's got German mechanized, Storm, and Spearhead. Did see him make pretty heavy use of Spearhead earlier with the mortar half-track in the previous months, so I feel like this is a decent mortar half-track map. I wouldn't be surprised to see that one again. Pyro's going to provide some sight here. Gets the suppression going. Combat Engineers are still up there though, so if the Pyros try to close the distance, might not have a lot of success against the conscripts. Combat Engineers try to come back in, but denied by the Grenadiers. Looks like this squad going to go through, maybe try to get some sandbags up on the cutoff. This Grenadier is about to pop out of the tech structure though. Cutoff back the other way on Cretes now. Wow, Luvnest going for a 4 conscript 2 combat engineer start. That's interesting. Doesn't get the sandbags down, but does get the decap on the cutoff. We've got a machine gun advancing here for Cretes. Looks like it's going to face up on this conscript. We've got the Grenadier coming in from the side as well. Conscript's getting around the corner, but it's still behind light cover from this direction, so it'll take quite a long time for the conscripts to actually force away the machine gun. And this is looking pretty sharp at the moment for Cretes. Machine gun positioning working out very well for him there. Needs to continue the chase. Here he goes. Good chance the conscript will win this. It depends on if they drop a model quickly here. Ooh, could still be a close one. No, it looks like the conscripts are going to win it. Ooh, big wraparound attempt here by these combat engineers, but they're going to have to get out of there. Oh, combat engineer flamer, rifle nade out to the incoming path of the conscripts. They're still behind heavy cover though. I think they've got enough to beat the Grenadiers. In fact, the Grenadiers could even go down on retreat. Combat engineer flamer was continuing to chase. I think if it stayed here and tried to go for a couple bursts as they retreated down, would have had a chance to get the white there, but tough, you know, wanted to keep pace with the machine gun. It looks like Luvnest's going to have to give up on the northern fuel.
Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Getting his tier 2 up now. Wow, I'm surprised they actually left the heavy cover there. Looks like he's having a bit of trouble getting behind the well, and look at that, man, it's so annoying when that happens. As you're repositioning in cover, you drop a model and then you get a mind of their own. Don't take up their cover positions correctly. You end up running around instead of shooting at the enemy. I haven't found a way to fix that either. I've looked into it. You can hit stop, but certainly I can't do that on my ping. React to like those little movements. Okay, MG42 coming in. Oh, and they get suppressed. They weren't quite properly in cover. Riflenade's slightly behind them. Doesn't do too much. 222 about to pop out for Cretes, and that's going to be a fast one. Slightly before the 6-minute mark. Capping up in the north there with the combat engineers, Luvnest. And this 222 should do a lot of damage. Luvnest could push out an anti-tank gun. Not building anti-tank grenades. Oh, there's a mine over here though. Looks like Cretes is going to expect that Luvnest is not building the anti-tank grenades and just drive right up to the conscripts for maximum damage, and actually do take a lot of damage from that. This is in production. Does have the ZIS build time bulletin, which is interesting. See a lot with the packs, but it works for the ZISs as well. Maybe if you're playing this kind of style, where you go for like one extra unit, one extra combat engineer slash conscripts with this kind of build, it makes sense to get that. Okay, pack in the build for Cretes as well. Doesn't want to get caught off guard by maybe a quad rush. This comes down and misses first shot. And you're doing some decent damage to it, but that's getting flanked by the conscripts. Oh, and a ZIS barrage onto that machine gun as well. Getting out of there alright. Grenadier's there. 222 coming back in for some extra damage. Still no anti-tank grenades for Luvnest. I guess he's trying to save that for a fast tier 3 vehicle. Here comes the ZIS again, but backing behind the building. Jams the capture when it's just at nothing. So Luvnest does hold on to that southern fuel. He's going to back over 222, get repaired up on the piles once they've completed their retreat. Pack here, going to work on the sandbags in the center, knocking that down slowly but surely. Oh, Cretes actually going to go for Storm. Interesting. We did see... I don't know. I think he went for Jaeger Infantry last time, but switching over to Storm. Does still have a Jaeger Command Squad available in this commander. Pretty similar roster of abilities, honestly. I think Jaeger Infantry is better because I think the light artillery barrage is a lot better than the bombing strike. I'm not expecting we'll see a howitzer.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
Well, Luvnest's got those sandbags back up again very quickly. Knocked them down with the pack. Oh boy, took a mine up there in the north. Is this in hot pursuit? Could be a little bit dicey here for Cretes. Is this rounding the corner? Might have to go for some attack rounds here. I don't think he's going to be able to get in range with sight. Here he goes, lining up. Miss. And then backing away. Cretes kind of lucky that he stayed off to the side there instead of backing straight up. Might have caught himself in some trouble. And very slow dodging the Molotov, ends up having to retreat from there. He might have been able to win, but another squad of conscripts right there. Wouldn't have lasted for too much longer anyway. We're setting up the sandbags, but he's slightly on the wrong side of the capture circle. Oh, but somehow he's capping it. Doesn't look like there's a single conscript model in there. Kind of like the reverse of what usually happens, right? Maybe once they complete the sandbags, they'll end up on the wrong side. No. Okay, bit of good fortune there for Luvnest. And it's the mines that have really worked out there for Luvnest, slowing down this 222 quite a lot. Otherwise he would have lost that northern engagement. Doing some capping with the pack here. I think if Cretes could see that the ZIS was on the field, maybe he would have held off on the pack. He just didn't want to get caught out. So as a result, this pack has been, you know, still get something done with this sandbag meta. Always sandbags to kill with the anti-tank gun. Otherwise, hasn't been doing too much. 222 up here. This is quite far away, so has some time to work. Do have anti-tank grenades now for Luvnest, and Cretes is aware of that since the Molotov got tossed out earlier. So he can't really get caught off guard by a surprise anti-tank grenade. Decent rifle grenade, but still ends up getting forced away with the Grenadiers. Machine gun can't switch his focus fire over fast enough, so ends up having to retreat there, can't get the suppression going. Another bit of damage. Ooh, and Luvnest going for the attack round, hoping for the kill. That's what I like to see. It's indeed a mortar for Cretes. Luvnest doesn't really have static team weapons, but might as well get it now. And Luvnest, I guess he's going straight for a tier 4 strategy. The window for a T7 is kind of passing. So it's kind of interesting that he put up tier 3 when he did. There's not much of a time pressure for him. Oh, did I miss a Grenadier dying? No. I was gonna say, oh man, I was like, what? How did that happen? Mine down, meanwhile. Cretes saw that, so it looks like he's not gonna mess with that until he gets the sweeper over there, which is currently tied up. But yeah, the transition straight to tier 4 here made smoother for Luvnest since Cretes did go for that anti-tank gun so early. Delayed his Jaeger command squad somewhat. Now this is kind of like a useless unit until those medium tanks arrive. So it's just making the engagement overall much easier. If Cretes went for that command squad, didn't invest into an anti-tank, I know it would be extremely risky to do so, but maybe he's going to tank around this actually. This is down here though. And he's going to take some more damage. Yep, connects. Maybe, yeah, Luvnest will be forced as C70, but it's been relatively smooth for him so far. Tutu has been quite limited in its effective response leap between the mines and the Zis. Pretty sharp positioning for Luvnest on Zis so far. Really limited that 222. Only 4 kills at this stage. Been on the field for 8 minutes. It's quite poor. A whole bunch of ambush camo on all of Cretes' units now. It looks like there's a T-34-76 for Luvnest to start things off. Which is interesting. Tripwire getting swept up here by the Pios. Gonna go to repairs next. So interesting that he decides to go for that T-34-76. Feels like he could stretch himself, go for the 85. Given that you would expect Cretes' responses to be a second anti-tank gun. Extra health of the T-34-85. Safer option against the double anti-tank guns. All these Grenadiers on the wrong side of cover here. This could be nasty. There's that pack. It's slightly up to the north. A lot of retreats. Cretes actually pushing it quite far with that mortar there.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Pack out the back. Still on the wrong side of cover again. This could be a nasty T-34 shot. Connecting, Grenadiers hoping to get the Faust off. Oh my god! That Grenadier went down real fast. Okay, well that is very bad news for Cretes.
New items can now be built.
Bit of good fortune for Luvnest. Wasn't even like a super strong shot from the T-34's main gun, just good machine gun damage, good damage from the conscripts, all lining up to finish off what was left. Panzer IV though, going to be the option for Cretes, okay. Got a second anti-tank gun for Luvnest. So this mortar might come in handy. Very important that Cretes gets Vet 2 on this 222. Really needs that extra sight for his mortar to be a lot more effective. I've made onto the door, but Luvnest not falling for it. So it ends up not doing terribly much damage. Take a quick look at the KD here. Yeah, it's not too shabby for Luvnest. And he's, you know, he's past one of the toughest parts, past the early game with the conscripts, without any light vehicle of his own. Mine and a tripwire going off, really slowing down the Jaeger command squad. Panzer IV down here now as well, though. Coming down here with these sweepers, expecting some mines, but there actually aren't any. Doubles this now though for Luvnest. Cretes is going to have to be sharp with this Panzer IV. Just how much less relevant is that building now? Like, nobody getting inside it with all the sights being blocked off from two angles. It's kind of just like a sight blocker with a passageway through it almost at this stage. Doesn't see much action post changes. Okay, T-34 coming through, but the pack is there, the Grenadiers. Ooh, yeah, they did get the Faust off. And the pack a second shot as well, so that's some pretty good damage. Luvnest going into the Katyusha next. Well-travelled path, that one. T-34 up here, getting to work pretty good. I think Cretes is going to really chase though. I think forcing away the machine gun. Want to get into work. Still only the one pyro for Cretes at the moment, so could hurt him in terms of both minesweeping and repairs. And he's down by over 100 VPs at this stage, so certainly Luvnest in a comfortable position as we start to hit these late game engagements. Just looking for a good Katyusha barraging target now. Imagine it's going to be targeting one of these support weapons and maybe the mortar if he really can't find anything better. It looks like that conscript there dropped a lot of models maybe to the mortar. It's up to 5 kills now. 222 going to do some work on the far side. The damage from the Luvnest double anti-tank guns has slowed down a lot though. Haven't really been too relevant yet. Slightly out of position for this one as well. Whoa, second mortar from Cretes? Wow. Gotta make sure he spreads those out. Otherwise he could get blasted by that Katyusha. Okay, he's coming up here. Maybe gonna look for the wipe. He's got the Jaeger command squad into the retreat path. They're very clumped up here. This could be a big shot. We've got the Katyusha barrage coming through though on the machine gun. Cretes trying to get out of there. Rifle nade out. Ooh. Combat engineer's nearly going down. Conscripts get out of there relatively safely though. Sweeper up here. Well done by Cretes. So Cretes, we know he's a big fan of the mortars. He's a mortar man. Whether it be the mortar half-track, Soviet mortar, or double mortars now. They will. Oh, this could be trouble for the 222. Oh man, he had such a long time to dodge away, but it wasn't happening. Seconds, this was slightly out of range, so yeah, he had just such a long time to dodge. Doesn't end up doing so. It looks like he's going to go for a Stug next. There's the mine up there. He's very close to it. Smoke through the center. More is raining down, not hitting too much though. No, it switches it from a Stug to another Panzer IV here, interesting. He's pretty close to being able to push out another medium tank himself. Maybe he's going to go for the 85 this time. Yeah, East 85, not really necessary I don't think, given that he's still got those double Zis. If those end up getting decrewed though. Oof, big damage. Combat Engineer getting out of there alive again though. Oh, those double mortars doing 0 on this one, 6 on the other. Pack lining up. Here comes Katyusha barrage, I think, onto the pack. Since it's already a little bit low in health, the scatter is no good for Luvnest though. And that pack getting out of there quite cleanly. Before getting to work over here. Cretes does have the Jaeger command squad, so it can start to fire up some of those flares to provide sight. It's nice as having the constant long-range sight of the 222 Vet 2 is. The flares can assist him. It's going to bring in the smoke. No. Also providing a window of sight. Hiding behind the building, maybe going to go for some attack ground action. T-34 coming in from the side, and so are the double Zis. Luvnest may be expecting this kind of play before hiding a little bit further behind the building. And T-34 coming out worse off in the trade, has to get out of there. Second P4 in the north. Watching away the conscripts. Luvnest got to call in the planes here to try and push Cretes off the center. Extend his VP lead. He's holding his ground for the moment though. The double anti-tank guns rounding the corner. Could be some big damage. This Panzer IV could be in some trouble. Faust on this. Cretes reacting, but oh, I don't think he's going to be able to get away.
The enemy has destroyed a Panzer.
So there we go. Another loss. Oh, conscripts go down though to the mortars, I think. Panzer IV doing a bit of a drive-in. Double anti-tank guns have rotated. Katyusha could be in some trouble. Panzer IV continue on its path. Takes a shot though now. Is vulnerable to the anti-tank grenade. Oh boy, the wheels are coming off for Cretes. The good news though, if he gets away from these double AT guns, which looks like he will thanks to one of them missing, he might be able to keep this Panzer IV alive since the T-34 is on the other side of the map. Oh, combat engineers went down. We've got a pack down for Cretes as well. Looks like the anti-tank grenades though are going to finish the job on the P4. Yeah, the combat engineers. So double P4's down now for Cretes. Katyusha survived.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Luvnest just too sharp, too good on the anti-tank gun rotations. Maybe if Cretes just like absolutely blitz forwards with the Panzer IV, he could have found the Katyusha back there and at least killed it, even though he probably would have gone down as well. It wasn't to be. Cretes still in a decent position in terms of a basic army, but losing that armor is going to set him properly far back. Okay, here comes a Katyusha onto the Jaeger command squad, perhaps close range. Pretty poor scatter. Luvnest not having the best of times with that Katyusha to start off the match, so There's one thing going in Cretes' favour. Oh, big rifle nade out there. Conscript's still healthy enough to survive that though. And this Grenadier eventually going to get forced away. T-34 just about back up to full strength. And it looks like Ice 2 is on the menu for Luvnest. Saving up the resources for that. He's getting pretty close as well. Cretes did go for the Stug, so does have a decent matchup against the IS-2, at least before the IS-2 hits Vet 2. So he's not going to be completely defensive. So that's in spite of having one pack, no Vet on it. It's definitely bad news against the heavy tank. No pen bonus or rate of fire bonus. Is wiring off the VP down the bottom, relieving the triple cap. Pack slightly out of position here for the T-34. And here we go, IS-2 popping out now for Luvnest. Let's see what he can do with it. Packing a good angle. Oh, T-34. Cretes sprinting forwards, looking for the Faust. Oh, Stug misses though. Heartbreaker. Oh, now the Stug's in some trouble. Looks like Luvnest lost sight. In fact, missing the IS-2. Gonna finally force away these conscripts in the north with these two Grenadiers. Unfortunate for Cretes. I thought he wouldn't get a fourth shot on, but he managed to with the Stug. Unfortunately, that miss. That would have been huge for Cretes because, you know, with the IS-2 on the field. Oh boy, Telemine actually going off. I slowed down a lot. Didn't see that up there. But yeah, with this IS-2, Luvnest can kind of play the IS-2 through the center. Apply a lot of pressure to the VP there and then use the T-34 on the flanks. So overall turn up the VP pressure on Cretes to an unsustainable level.
Stuka smoke drop, ready to fly.
With that T-34 still on the field, Cretes is really going to struggle for the VP control. You have the vehicle crew repairs, but no munitions at the moment for Luvnest, so IS-2's going to have to just slowly head back to base. There's the one combat engineer. It's on the other side of the map as well. Vehicle crew is active on the T-34 currently. And Cretes going for a second pack. I think that is probably a fair idea to help fend off the IS-2. Leave him exposed to the Katyusha, which I feel has been a little bit inactive for Luvnest so far. Here it comes though. Jaeger Command Squad is a decent option. Doesn't have the received damage bonus like Grenadiers do, so does die to the rockets relatively effectively, honestly. AT guns coming around the corner. Maybe going to go for some Zis barrage action. There's a little bit low on munis though, so only one of them can Zis barrage. Mortars though, steady performance, just getting there. Rifle nade out from Cretes. Oh, ooh, close call on that Grenadier. What's the Stug up to down here? I'm just going to launch one AT nade at it. Not enough for the engine crit, of course. Cretes losing control of the north. Down to 190 points. Has managed to save up a decent amount of fuel now. Command Squad providing the site, but pack missing again. Is unusual for a pack to miss shots on the IS-2. Now it's happened twice. Oh, he's trying to go for the cap, but Luvnest, I think, expecting this, bring the IS-2 down. Strucker's coming down as well, though. Could get some rear armor hits in from this angle. Bouncing, though, on the front. And bouncing again. Oh, here we go. Another caddy barrage onto the Jaeger command squad. They sprint forwards into the grasp of the conscripts. Conscripts get suppressed, though, and that's going to save the Jaeger command squad. A lucky break there for Cretes. It was an interesting idea, sprinting forwards. It did end up working out, though, thanks to that machine gun suppression. Bit of damage there from the Stug. These two going to come through and blast him. He's popping the heat shell. T-34 ram on the Stug, but he managed to blind the IS-2 just before that happened. The packs are coming down. IS-2's going to take a chance here for Luvnest, but the vehicle wreck stops it from working out. I think Luvnest needed to go for the ram there, but thought he saw the opportunity. If Cretes didn't go for the heat shell, though, that Stug would be dead. So that worked out well for him.
We are losing a sector.
Double AT guns rotating down. Pack set up here, though. T-34 85 on the field for Luvnest. Still have room in his army, though, for the regular T-34, and close to another combat engineer as well. This could be a little bit dangerous for the pack down here. T-34 right on top of him. The Stug mobilizing the second pack as well. Circling around the side. Luvnest bringing in the planes as well. This could be nasty for Cretes. Pack connecting, though. So does the Faust. Nice two rounding the corner. T-34 85 trying to limp home now. Team weapons are very low, but still alive. So, good news for Cretes. Could have lost that there if the main gun got slightly better connections for Luvnest, but gets away with it. Imagine he'll try to use the vehicle crew repairs on this tank. Did they time out, or are they going to come through for a pass on the machine gun? Oh, it looks like they timed out. Okay, that was really good for Cretes. Luvnest maybe a little bit slow getting back into the relevant position to provide sight so those planes could continue to do their damage, but works out in Cretes' favour. Made out there, but probably would have been better just continuing to close the distance. Some damage done though. Got a max amount now for Luvnest, but currently getting blasted. Still in a good angle. Good pack there as well. So not lasting long. Those double mortars really getting to work on it. Here comes the Katyusha going for the mortars perhaps. For this one. Panzer IV coming through though. We've got double conscripts there. Panzer IV did try to go for the kill. Mortar does get abandoned. That was the Vet 3 one as well. Oh, Grenadier's in some trouble now. The IS-2 hoping for the wipe.
Enemy is taking our territory.
Doesn't chase in any further though. Double AT guns coming to the north. Looks like he just moved them forward, so they set up here when they only had a brief window of sight. Setting up though, maybe going to catch the Panzer IV on retreat. Doesn't have sight, would have to go for some like predictive attack grounds. pack coming up here now as well as the T-3485. 46 VPs left for Cretes. Double mortars though doing a good job of keeping Luvnest off that central VP. Those two just about back up to full strength. Pack hitting Vet 1, Panzer 4 coming around the side. Doubles this over there. Bit of attack round action missing. Rifle nade. Decent damage on the Maxim. P4. Oh boy. Oh, Luvnest didn't take this one off attack round, so Panzer 4 gets away alive there. Oh boy, pack. Popping the target weak point. Gonna stun the IS-2. Misses the shot though, wow. Don't know if that was an attack round or proper connection. Katyusha barrage hoping for a decrew on that now. It's out of there in time though. 16 kills, slowly crawling up in the kill counter, but hasn't been super impressive for Luvnest so far.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
Cretes is feeling the manpower bleed though. Struggling to save up at the moment. IS-2's just, coming through, doing some damage here or there. Don't think he's got any wipes yet, but it's been quite consistent. Double AT guns lining up here. No attack ground action from them though. Cretes has been doing a pretty good job of relieving the VP pressure, I have to say. It's been impressive. I think a large part of it is the double mortars doing a lot of work in the center. I'm just having trouble containing that. This is risky stuff from Cretes coming in with the Stug here for some damage. So Luvnest doesn't see out the double Zis to fire back though. Maxim now on the far VP. I actually think that's a pretty good idea. Just wasn't getting much done at all through the center. A little bit of suppression, then gets bombed out by the double mortars too quickly. So on the far side, kind of forces the Panzer 4 to head over there to dislodge it.
Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Okay, here comes the Katyusha again. Onto a pack down the bottom, in fact. Oh, and it gets decrewed. IS-2 mobilizing now. Slowly working on the Grenadiers through the center. The Stug's coming up. So is the second pack. Panzer 4, meanwhile, took a battering from the double anti-tank guns, looks. IS-2 slowly working. T-3485 rounding the corner. Second pack's in some trouble here. Grenadier there for the Faust. Oh, Grenadier's in the center going down. Cretes falling apart at the moment. IS-2 rolling through the center. The Stug's there though, missing his first shot. Second pack also getting decrewed now. IS-2 missing again though, he's having a bit of a nightmare. It's getting caught on the VP flag. Machine gun in the center. Suppressing the conscripts. Here come the double Zis though. IS-2's armor holding up. In the planes, trying to prevent the recrew on the pack, but a little bit too slow activation. They end up targeting the mortar instead. 1-on-1. Doesn't to get decrewed. Hacker's down here though. He ideally would be able to kill that. And this Luvnest setting up the triple cap, setting up a tripwire as well. Just a clear view. A lot of repairs required for Cretes. He does have a second PO relatively recently produced. Caddy barrage into the base. More scatter again for Luvnest. Could have been disastrous for Cretes, but it looks like he's going to get out of that almost unscathed. A tiny bit of health damage. Cretes now capping in the north. Planes come through for another pass. There's a mortar, I think. Not very impressive though. 75 EPs left for Cretes. Nice 2 back up to full strength. T345 next. Cretes though, I'd say got out of there pretty easy. Sure, he lost a lot of victory points, but both the packs survived in spite of getting decrewed. Didn't lose either of his tanks. So I'd say that was pretty successful for Cretes, you know, all things considered. Stricken Panzer IV mobilizing now. IS-2's armor holding up, and he's Vet 2 on the IS-2 now. He's got the range bonus. Command squad forced away from the north. Panzer IV closing in, but the double resist are right there. Big damage onto the P4. MG just camped in the building. Not much Cretes can do about that. This is mortar comes down. It's just relatively close by. Could maybe start up a barrage. Another Panzer IV for Cretes. Saw some Panzer IV magic from him in his quarterfinal match. Let's see if he can repeat that. "51 VPs left." Stuck heading to the south. Crashing into the building though, giving some more info to Luvnest. Pack bouncing off the IS-2, second pack there, setting up now. Shush barrage onto the machine gun. But the rocket scatter once again for Luvnest is just terrible. Panzer IV charging down the road, but the anti-tank gun is there, so is the T-3485, so is a conscript with the anti-tank grenade potentially. And the Panzer IV saw an opportunity, but it wasn't a good one. Cretes going to throw in the towel. Well, Luvnest, strong early game from him. Somehow managed to squeeze in like an extra unit, which was kind of interesting. Going for like one extra conscript, perhaps, compared to the usual meta build. And managed to do a pretty good early game thanks to that. I think, you know, Cretes did invest a bit into rifle nades in the early stages, but they didn't really pay off for him too much. Luvnest very sharp on the dodges. So I think that was part of the equation. Cretes, you know, investing the munis into that instead of weapon upgrades. They didn't really pay off, so the Grenadiers didn't outscale the conscripts until a little bit later on. Everything counts, and Luvnest also very sharp with his anti-tank gun positioning this game. That was very impressive against the 222. That thing was not much of a factor, thanks to the ZIS and a couple mines. Really allowed a smooth transition to the medium tanks for Luvnest, and from there, just slowly grinding Cretes down, getting wipes here or there with the Katyusha tanks. Not really suffering much in the way of losses in return, apart from the ill-fated ram. It's probably Luvnest's only real mistake this entire game, that ram. But GG, we'll go on to game 2. Game 2 of this third place playoff. Cretes going as Soviets now. He's got combined arms, guard motor, and guide rifle combined arms. I think that's different to what he had yesterday. Don't think he had guard rifle combined arms. From right hand side, Luvnest with us, as you would expect, who has Spearhead, German mechanized, and Jaeger infantry. Sandbags up there on the fuel before the machine gun can get there. Eyes rounding the corner. Relatively close range. Might be able to win this. They drop the model very quickly though. Cretes trying to soft retreat away. Eyes and hop pursuit. They're going to try to jump into the building. Has this building changed? Not really. Posts backpedaling now themselves. Combat engineers not chasing. Maybe worried about a grenadier being there that they can't see. So both players disengaging. Looks like the combat engineer is going to go for the Muni capture. Cutoff connected now for Cretes.
Combat engineers are standing by.
MG just camped down the bottom at the moment. He's doing a lot of back capping. Cretes doing a lot of back capping in the smaller areas. I was closing the distance, but he focused down. So Luvnest having to get out of there. And he's a little bit slow starting up his third Grenadier. About 70 manpower extra. Little things do count, especially, you can see that already Cretes has his army on the field. So those little delays can hurt you in the early territory control battles. It's one thing that I have. I'm often late in my third rifleman squad or fourth conscript or whatever. Definitely happens to me a lot. Switching factions all the time. Slightly changes the timings. Okay, cut-off maneuver here by Luvnest. MG managing to suppress and secure the munitions point. This squad trying to come around the corner, but spotted. There's the flamethrower there though, so Luvnest, his days here are numbered. MG going to spin around. This squad just staying in the heavy cover. Flamer jumps into the building. Conscript trying to get around the corner. No reinforcements arriving for Luvnest. Another squad coming out of suppression. So good engagement there for Cretes, made possible by that flamethrower. Meanwhile, full retreat in the north for Cretes, outnumbered up there.
Supply sector under attack.
Not a huge amount of ground for Cretes to take down the bottom, honestly. He's going to make the best of it, go for this point. Go for this one, get a mine down. Mid bunker up from Luvnest, so it looks like he's also not going for a 4 Grenadier build. He's a 3 Gren man. Getting the earlier healing.
We are losing a sector.
And probably the faster 222. Got the Pioneers retreating now to start building up the tier 2 structure. So maybe a tiny bit late on that for Luvnest, but it's kind of how it goes when you only have one production unit, like Soviets with the double combat engineers. Cretes gearing up for an attack in the north. He's managed to bring the combat engineer flamer all the way up here. Okay, and the wire off on that heavy cover working very well for Cretes. Grenadiers soft retreating back. Machine guns over here, but no, Cretes isn't going to come down this path. He's going to come around the north. So machine gun positioning is not going to work out for Luvnest. He's quick to relocate it though, LMG popping. Soft retreating back, waiting for the machine gun to arrive and support. We've got the Grenadiers in the north as well. They could get involved. 222 just about to pop out now, so it's also going to be just bang on 6 minutes.
Scout car has arrived.
Oh, suppression does kick in. Bios trigger the mine just as their sweepers were about to complete upgrading as well. We've got the 222 heading up in this direction. Flamer forced away. Conscripts crawl behind the heavy cover, looking to stall out up here. 222's gone driving real close. Oh boy! Cretes is the one who's going to go for the quad. Often talked about, not often purchased. And Luvnest, he's not taking any chances. He's going for the pack. He doesn't have the pack build-time bulletin though. He's got into 4 penetration, which is interesting. Used it for his Soviets. But yeah, he's not going to get caught off guard by Cretes' quad. Cretes does have anti-tank grenades as well, so he's equipped. Quad coming forwards. Not yet. Here it is. Pack close by. Gotta be very careful he doesn't take an anti-tank grenade. It would be disastrous for the 222 here. Oh, there we go. Takes a sprinkling of damage as he drives past. He's vaulting over the wall, looking to get out of there.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Pyro's over here, so is the pack. I'm sure the unit in the building would have seen the pack there, so Cretes knows he's got to be on his toes.
The enemy is taking our territory.
222 is maybe not healthy enough to win this, even with the pack shot. But he does force away that quad. MG camped in the north. Luvnest gone for 4th Grenadier now. So, you know, if he was going to go for Jaeger Infantry, maybe he would have locked into that and gone for the Jaeger Command Squad here instead. He goes for the 4th Grenadier, keeping his options open. Got the guards out for Cretes. He's going for the tried and true guard motor. Heavy mortar did get slightly nerfed though in the tournament mod, which is why guard motor hasn't been quite as popular as it is on ladder, or in the past at least. Oh boy, big mistake here for Luvnest. No Fausting squads nearby, no pack support nearby. Driving around with the 222 on like 2/3-ish health. He was asking for trouble. And Cretes provides it. So yeah, that is the impact of the quad. Can come in earlier. Not fight back faster. Is more vulnerable to the anti-tank gunplay though. But yeah, it's a good one for Cretes early on. Second machine gun now for Luvnest. Guards throw out their grenade, forcing the troop off the centre.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
And this can be a little bit of a tricky map to position your anti-tank gun on. See Luvnest mobile with it going from side to side, but hasn't really been able to do anything with it. 0 damage, no veterancy from it. So Cretes has done a good job of avoiding the pack so far. Oh, a little bit of a chase down even.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
But pack switching from side to side. I think the Master League version is a little bit better for anti-tank gun rotations. Just there's bigger gaps in these fences. It's easier to switch from side to side.
We are losing a sector.
Still not much better. And here is that nerfed heavy mortar. Still, you know, still has a very wide arc of fire. Can camp it out in this area of the map and cover most of it. Cheeky roughing onto the door from Luvnest, trying to pull off the same trick that Cretes tried out last game, but neither of them end up falling for it. Guard slowly working down there. Flamethrower though, swinging it into Cretes' favour. It is in the middle, could be in some trouble. Conscripts jump out of the building so all 4 of their guns can fire. Looks like he's going to get away just fine. Not much for the quad to do down the bottom. Feels like Cretes is trying to play very evasively with the quad, but as a result it's kind of maybe not even doing that much damage itself.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
He's got to repair it back up to full here. This is kind of at the threshold where if he took a Panzerfaust and a little bit of small arms damage, he could lose it to one pack shot, so maybe he's trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Well, looks like it's going to go on pause. We do have the pack quite far advanced for Luvnest, expecting the quad to be shown itself in this region. Second machine gun has been boxing Cretes off. Pops a speed boost, doesn't want to take any risks getting out of there swiftly. Luvnest down on the VPs by about 70. Or maybe even 80.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Yeah, I'm maybe slightly surprised to see Cretes go for the heavy mortar instead of the regular mortar. I know that he's such a big fan of using the flares and sight tools. And given that the heavy mortar has been nerfed. But oh well. We have a mine here that could be a nasty surprise for Luvnest on retreat. Ends up retreating a little bit earlier on the side, so the mine doesn't get the wipe. Tripwire going off, quad heading to the bottom. Pack. So we've got double packs now for Luvnest, but they're nowhere near retreating early, activating the incendiary rounds, maybe expecting the quad to come through this area, but backs away the safe direction. And yeah, double packs for Luvnest, so he's got that support weapon core. We'll take a quick look at the KD here. Cretes actually doing really well. Maybe doing even slightly better than Luvnest was at this point in terms of kills and deaths, but Luvnest has still acquired this very, very large support weapon army. He's not got his tier 3 tick down yet though. And the pies are on the battlefield at the moment. So Cretes going to be the first one getting out of the medium tank. The T-34-85 going to be popping out a long time before the first tank of Luvnest. Almost makes me wonder if Luvnest is going to try out a Tiger stall. That would be pretty crazy, but he's kind of in the position where he could attempt it. flamethrower. Gets into the building. Luvnest in some awkward positions up here. Heavy mortar getting a decent hit there. Maybe its first decent hit of the game. 45 in the south. Luvnest on retreat. Cretes gets a pretty good hit. If he chased in, that was certain to be a wipe. But he gave Luvnest a lot of respect. This is a pretty common mine area. Decided not to chase in at all. So the Grenadiers do get away alive.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Heavy mortar getting to work up there in the north this time, forcing a couple of retreats, but still not getting those big hits. Not getting much vet. It's vet 3 that the quad gets boosted sight. Not there yet. .45 comes through as well. Decides it's worth forcing away the Grenadiers from the centre, taking one anti-tank gun shot in return. Setting up here. Looks like Luvnest merging into those guards with the conscripts, dropping their reinforcement costs down. No dodge on the rifle nade for Luvnest. And he's a lucky... Oh, Cretes, in fact. He's a lucky lad getting away with that one. Machine gun could have got the wipe there. Okay, Cretes with the repairs coming through. He's got his Zis in production now as well. Luvnest does have his tier 3 up. Well past the fuel for a tank though. It's trying to squeeze a lot in here. You have 4 Grenadiers, 2 machine guns and 2 packs before the first medium. Typically you don't have enough manpower to get all of that. And that has delayed his medium tank. MG setting up, conscripts trying to get around the side of it. Unsuccessfully. Maybe the heavy mortar can light up a barrage on it though. 4 chasing away from the south. Looks like a mine triggered down there as well, so Luvnest struggling for territory control at the moment. Really needs his Panzer IV to answer back. 2 on the heavy mortar now, so only 2 kills, but must be getting a good amount of health damage done. Nice flank on the machine gun. Quad doesn't want to get too close, doesn't want to get Fausted up here, so he's not driving around the back, going hunting for the Grenadiers. Panzer IV heading up to the north. Spots the conscripts. This barrage clearing off the centre, combining with the heavy mortar. T-34, maybe going to back down for these Grenadiers. Conscripts getting forced away by the Panzer IV. Did lock into Spearhead, by the way. Didn't mention that earlier. Bit of time fuse action now. I think that makes even more sense in the tournament mode. I imagine the time fuse hasn't been nerfed, just the... I'm not sure what they nerfed on it, honestly. I think you can't retreat it, but I think they did something to the AoE as well. I imagine that didn't impact the time fuse. Luvnest decides not to chase in any further. Could still take an engine crit here. There's this. A little bit slow setting up. Conscripts retreating early as well. Oh man, the missed opportunity for Cretes. If he got ancient crit on this, that could have gone down. Instead, it survives. So does the quad. Big damage onto the 85 though. Double pack striking hard. Be more to just steady work. Luvnest now looking in a pretty promising position in terms of territory control. P4 coming through the center. Interesting. Man, the heavy mortar does look quite toothless. There's like 2 shots there. Look like they should have done quite a lot of damage. Did not attack around in this area. Maybe hoping to catch a mine, I think. Maybe the sweeper detected that earlier. Comes down for the guards though. Oh, Cretes late on the retreat. Very, very late. In fact, no retreat. No surrender. No survival. Guards go down. And that's something that, you know, has happened a couple times throughout this series for Cretes. Which hasn't really happened for Luvnest. That we've ever seen him just fail to retreat anything. And that has made a difference in terms of the squad wipes. Panzer IV on the build for Luvnest. Pack's working on the sandbags. Cretes has been struggling a little bit in terms of territory control, but maybe this Katyusha can help turn things around. Stacking up the indirect fire pressure. Here it comes. Slightly into a retreat path as well. Nearly taking down the pack. Oh, Molotov out. Nearly knocks out the machine gun. Could still get the decrew on it here with the conscripts, and does. Grenadiers there jump on it immediately though. Good recovery by Luvnest. Fires off a rifle nade as well. Kind of cheeky. MG actually sets up here. We've got the T-34-85 nearby. Might be worried about the packs though. Goes for an attack ground, I think. Comes the second Panzer IV now though. In this position I'm imagining Cretes, oh, he's going to go for an SU-85. He doesn't have the double anti-tank guns early on. And he does have, you know, 2 indirect fire units, the Katyusha and the heavy mortar, so maybe he wants to bolster his anti-tank up further. A bit safer in the face of the double packs as well. Ground slightly missing there. Panzer IV getting on its bicycle though. Oh, good attack ground work though from the T-34-85. Second shot from the Zis connecting. Combat engineers continue on their way down though. While doing some suppression from out the back. He's jumping into the building. Going to come out of suppression quite quickly. Panzer IV coming back in for Luvnest. Just getting forced away by the LMG squad inside the building. Here come the packs. So they're going for attack rounds on the T-34-85. That gets out of there unscathed though. Oh, MG goes down in the bottom though for Luvnest. Maybe that's his first fail to retreat. Ends up getting decrewed down there. Conscripts dropping too quickly though. Before backing out. Conscripts did have the... okay, no URA, it's on cooldown. Still could go for an anti-tank grenade here. I think Cretes are maybe a little bit overwhelmed. Oh, bit of action in the north. Popping the smoke, attack round missing. So Panzer IV survives. Double packs in the base getting blasted. Do survive though. Who's going to claim the machine gun? Looks like Luvnest got a grenadier coming down here quickly. Not Oh, machine gun. Wow. Okay, that looks like a big shot from the T-34-85, taking that down. Conscripts are going to try to jump on that and steal it. So Luvnest on the back foot here. Does keep his tanks alive, but losing one of his machine guns. And I can see a lot of territory control as well. Oh, man. Somewhat surprising to me, though, is that Cretes doesn't end up going for a second T-34-85 here. Interesting. I thought it was going to be an SU-85. So a bit of pack magic could turn things around here for Luvnest. So far, Cretes has done a pretty good job of avoiding them, though. Shusha just about ready to fire again. Okay, another time fuse in. A lot of scatter on those shells though. Oh, big rifle nade. Stolen MG goes down immediately. Grenadiers maybe going to try to jump back on top of that. We've got the pack right there. We decide against it. Going to get behind the sandbags. Here comes the Katyusha barrage though. The double packs. A little scatter here though. And they get out of there pretty healthy. And Luvnest able to reclaim that machine gun. As the forwards just about back up to full strength again. In the meantime though, I felt like Cretes didn't get that much done honestly. And now Luvnest dropping down that recon plane. There it is, jumping on the VP, got the conscripts there though. And the T-34 is going to come back in. Quick shoot down though, that recon plane doesn't last long with the quad on the field. I wonder if that's was part of Cretes' plan. Either way, keeping the quad alive, paying dividends. Recon plane shot down almost immediately. Cheeky close range rifle nade, but doesn't work out for Luvnest. Reactions by Cretes. There's a 4 coming up here, the double packs also. And hop this shoot. Looks like they're going to set it up from this angle. And the T-34-85 is going to play it safe, back off. Conscripts looking to stick around to complete the capture. Are going to be at risk of getting wiped here though. A couple of good Panzer IV shells could have sealed their fate. But they're going to get away.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Cretes doing a good job on the VPs. Luvnest about 100 points behind. Stug next for Luvnest. I was wondering what it was going to be. I was checking if he's maybe going to battle phase 3, but no. Is the Stug. So he's just sticking with the mediums. I think the Stug will perform pretty well against these T-34-85s. Conscripts on the retreat. Barrage. Into the pack retreat path slightly. Bit of a traffic jam here as well. Cretes just not getting any luck with the scatter on those Katyushas, man. I think a lot of it has to do with... Oh! Big damage onto the T-34-85. Luvnest and hop his shoots. Gives up the chase. Tank is one shot. Good pick off the quad here though. Quad getting out of there in the nick of time. T-34-85 coming in from the side. We've got a Molotov coming out. Sandbags getting destroyed. Lining up a target weak point, but the T-34 getting out of there. It's just rounding the corner. Can't find an angle on the Panzer IV yet. Grenadiers extremely low here for Luvnest. Heavy mortar nearly taking down that. Grenadiers do go down, in fact. Troops coming through, maybe looking for an anti-tank grenade. Hoorah! Is this in a decent position. Not quite. Oh, big shot from the P4. Nearly one hits that conscript. We have the recon plane again. And shot down immediately. Might pay for Luvnest to start just saving. Oh boy. Looks like he's going to go for a dive, maybe on the quad, but triggers the mine. Saving that for the frag bombs. I'll catch these Zis out of position. We'll go second Zis in the build for Cretes, so might have been the better option. But there we go, Cretes now at his pop cap limit. This is his army. He's got to get it done with this. Luvnest rebuilding the Pios. Still a 100-point lead though for Cretes. Yeah, I think you know, he's spotting the locations of the anti-tank guns, but he's not maintaining sight of them while the Katyusha barrage is happening. I think that's why the scatter is not really working out for Cretes. There's a Katyusha barrage. Machine gun, but again the scatter is no good. Double packs lining up on the T-3485. This could be in some trouble. Oh, one shot. Panzer IV is a little bit slow in the chase, but he's popping the blitz. He's one shot to connect here. Oh, but he misses. He's going to continue the chase, but the blitz is worn off. Engine crit connecting. Here comes the other T-3485. Got the double Zis up here now. Doesn't have munis for the smoke. Picks up the quad though amongst all this. The second Panzer IV diving on top of the double anti-tank guns now. There's some pretty good damage. The double AT guns hammering the second Panzer IV. Or second T-34 rather. Second Panzer IV ducking out of there. If he had like one LMG Grenadier up there supporting, he probably could have decrewed those anti-tank guns, but Panzer IV not able to do it alone, decides to play it safe and get out of there. Luvnest getting a little bit low on the Grenadiers now. Only 2 remaining. The mine sweeping coming up. Oof, big damage from the heavy mortar. And in fact, decrews. Next, rounding the corner here. Trying to connect. Under pressure from the conscripts. Nothing really supporting them except for this very wounded Panzer IV. This didn't push forwards. Here comes the Katyusha barrage. And there goes one pack for Luvnest, who's playing a dangerous game trying to push forwards on that. Looks like it's going to cost him maybe even both of his support weapons. Cretes firing on all cylinders right now. Yeah, it was definitely risky staying pushed forwards like that with no support. And especially at that range, the Katyusha barrage, very tight scatter. Isn't taking care of this machine gun though. Maybe Cretes wants to steal that away. Let's have a bit of room in his pop cap again. Oh, it's not looking good for Luvnest. Down on the VPs. Down on the army size quite massively at this stage. I don't think I've seen any Telemites. He's gone for a Tiger Stall, I think. He's got the resources for it, but he needs Battle Phase 3 for that. Which he has not got at the moment. Unlike the Ace, you have to put down Tier 4 for the Ace, which I feel like makes the Ace maybe a touch too expensive, but that's how it is. don't know if he's realised that he needs the battle phase yet. Tiger though should do relatively well. No SU-85 as I was saying. Makes it a lot better for the Tiger if you don't have to go up against one of those. Here we go, battle phase starting up now, but quite late. Doesn't seem to matter too much because he doesn't have the fuel for the Tiger afterwards though. Katyusha barrage, double support weapons in a tight formation. The scatter is no good again. Cretes has definitely been getting a little bit on the unlucky side with the Katyusha. And, it's good news for Luvnest.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Luvnest really just taking a massive backward step at the moment. 3 fuel away from that Tiger. Not quite in a position where he could just build another unit though, in terms of manpower. So it's slightly awkward for Luvnest. But here we go, Tiger hitting the battlefield.
We have 200 points remaining.
So those ambient demo charges. It's like, did Cretes really demo charge the bridge? What? Okay, here we go. Double tanks in the south for Luvnest. The Stug somewhat close by as well. Got one Zis down here. Second Zis mobilizing as well. Oh, there we go. Good start there for Luvnest on the comeback train. Combat engineers going down. That's what those Tigers are designed to do. Just get those wipes. Cretes have to give up their claim though on the VP. Stug coming through here as well. We've got the double anti-tank guns. One face to the middle. Big damage onto one of the T-34s. Tiger a little bit far back on the chase though. Looking for the decrew on this anti-tank gun. We've got the frag bombs dropped on the other one. Comes the Tiger now. And the frag bombs connects clean. Oh boy. There goes the T-34-85. What a turnaround here from Luvnest. Cretes is hanging around a little bit too long with that Zis. Luvnest with a good connection from the frag bombs, and he's rolling on through, looking to maintain this momentum, merging in, trying to keep that Zis healthy. So this is risky stuff from Cretes. He's not bringing these conscripts in to threaten the anti-tank grenades, and this Zis goes down again. And Luvnest is going to destroy the other Zis as well. Doesn't want to try to steal that away himself. Doesn't have anything that can really do that safely. In response to that, Cretes building an SU-85 is about to pop out. The tanks are rolling on through. Maybe just the Tiger. Still triple cap running against Luvnest. SU-85 about to pop out. Marked vehicle on the Tiger now. Might give Luvnest second thoughts. Capping down the bottom, but still have that combat engineer flamer down there. Maybe the P4 could head down. It's a little bit too wounded to really assist. Okay, here come the conscripts from the rear. Engine crit on the Stug. It could now go down to the SU-85 that's rolling in. No more munitions for Cretes though, so can't throw any further anti-tank grenades at the moment. There's 4 coming back in. SU-85 coming in as well. But doesn't get in range of the Stug, so it's going to survive. Maybe could get the wipe on these combat engineers on retreat as well. Bad retreat path for them. They're coming through here, so you're around this side. Oh, there goes the Stug hanging around in the center for too long. SU-85 with the focus sight finds it and knocks it down. So big action there from Luvnest. Taking down the double AT guns and one T-34-85. Just about brings them back to level in terms of army, I would say. Certainly would have if he hadn't lost the Stug, but still way behind on the VPs. Now the Tiger has stiffer resistance. Here's the SU-85 instead of just T-34-85s. So it could make it trickier to use, but what a great start. Already up to 11 kills. I'm just going for a rebuild on the Grenadiers. Could even go maybe for a rebuild on the pack as well. It's got quite a lot of manpower at the moment. The second pack might be the remedy to the SU-85. Maybe he's going to try save for a rebuild on the Stug.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Cretes just camped up here with the machine gun in the building. Not bringing that into action. Tiger hiding behind the building in the center here. SU-85. I'm going to find an angle on it. Pack is close by. A good hit there from the heavy mortar. Okay, pack setting up, but under pressure from the conscripts. Is this connecting? Pack also connecting. SU-85 might have an angle. Bouncing its first shot though. The pack backing away for Luvnest. He's going to have to concede a few more VPs here. What are these Pios doing? Maybe going hunting for mines out the back? In case he wants to go for a Katyusha dive. Tiger soaking the damage. Pack firing back. T-485 getting out of there. The machine gun is the one hanging around. We'll go for the capture. Katyusha is ready to fire though, and this would be probably the prime target. The heavy mortar is going to open up on it. Bit secure mode action for Quiritz while he's out the back here. While repairing as well. I didn't know you could secure mode and repair at the same time. It's pretty cheeky. Wouldn't have many opportunities to do that, but... Okay, so Luvnest not going for a second pack, going for a second machine gun. Once again, getting out of there. Close call on his anti-tank gun. Trying to get up here, try and do something about this VP in the north. Unable to. Gonna have to maybe send the Panzer IV up there to clear that off.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Tiger though doing a good job of hiding behind this building. Might even be worth Cretes trying to destroy this building. So he can maybe get some attack rounds through the building going. Not super reliable doing that, but might be an idea. Okay, recon plane up for Luvnest. No quad to shoot down this time. So it's going to be free vision for a very long time now. Upgraded now on the Tiger. Cretes just happy to sit back and wait. He's got the VP lead. Here we go, Tiger P4 advancing. Conscripts Uraying in. Just switching over to the Panzer IV. Too early on the anti-tank grenade though. SU-85 T-34-85 combo coming down. Pack's slightly out of position for them. Pops the Tiger weak point, but not in position to do anything with it. Barrage slamming down. Ooh. And the pack this time, Luvnest's luck runs out. He's decrewed. He does have a Pio right there for the recrew, however.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
But maybe Cretes feeling emboldened. A bit of a maneuver. Cheeky rifle nade out there by Luvnest. Oh, but the Grenadiers go down. Nasty hit there from the T-34-85. Conscripts going down though and return to the Tiger. Second anti-tank gun for Quiritz. Interesting option. Could have gone for anything. Went for a second AT gun. So much fuel. Focus sight mode there, slowing down the S285. Grenadiers. Gonna try recover that lost LMG. Got it to good use. And Luvnest getting another Panzer IV. So I think this is, you know, Cretes going for a second anti-tank. I'm maybe going to play into Luvnest's hands here. Saw Cretes with some magic mass armor assaults earlier, and maybe Cretes is going to suffer from that now as well. Having these less mobile anti-tank guns. Down to just 2 snaring squads. Haven't seen... well, there are a few mines still around for Cretes. So it could make it tricky for Luvnest, but not in like the southern region of the map. He did come all the way up here with the sweepers not too long ago, Luvnest, so... notice that at least this area is free of mines. S285 doesn't know which way to go at the moment though.
Enemy is taking our territory.
S285 opening up on the P4. Double this spinning around for the Tiger. Going to be some attack ground action here. P4 joining in on the fun now as well. The AT gun's in some trouble. S285 rotating, but Pack coming in from this angle, and so is the Panzer IV. Oh, there goes that tank though. 85 on one shot. There we go. P4 finishes the job. One AT gun down for Cretes. But there was that mine we were looking at just a moment ago. And that cost Luvnest his Panzer IV. Recovers a Zis though. Conscript goes down the center for Cretes amongst all of this. This barrage targeting the stolen. Oh boy. Oh. Caddy barrage coming down. Nearly knocks out the machine gun. S285 coming down for the Tiger. So this is Vet 2 but bouncing. One more shot and there's this is down. There we go. Tiger stopping for the accuracy. Takes it out. And the second Zis goes down. Oh boy, S285 coming down here. What was that from Cretes? Was that just a resignation? I have no idea why the S285 came down there. But that is, I think that's GG. I think he cut all. Looks off a pyro. Does still have one pyro for repairs, but he just lost too much in that. Conscript, double anti-tank grenade, anti-tank guns, S285, T-3485. He still has this Tiger. 42 kills.
The squad of pioneers has arrived.
But yeah, very good execution. Oh, Grenadiers go down to a mine. Okay, well maybe Cretes can actually do this. Couple wipes. Definitely going to slow Luvnest down a lot. So there's a lot of repairs left on the Tiger. Cretes will get a lot of manpower. Thanks to having such a small army size. Get another wipe with the Katyusha. He's right in there again. Yeah, such good execution from Luvnest. Like two-pronged attack, you could see really putting Cretes in the blender. And Cretes had trouble reacting to that multi-angle attack correctly. The Pack Panzer IV combo coming in from this side just did so much work against Cretes. You're ordinarily, you know, going for a Tiger often is not the best against Soviets because they usually do have that S285, but Cretes didn't have room for the S285 until quite a lot later on. By that stage the Tiger was already in full swing. There we go, getting aggressive now. He's got the recon plane up. Really more in some trouble here. Double
Enemy is
anti-tank guns
taking our territory.
coming up in support. No retreat on the heavy mortar. That is one of the nerfs to it. He's going to try to jump back on it. Don't know if he's going to be able to get away with it though. Does not look like it. And here we go. Sees this coming. Tiger switching focus fire over immediately. Oh, and the Tiger weak point as well. Catch you later. Cretes throws in the towel. So, GG. I thought Luvnest was down and out there, but the Tiger stall turned things around for him. There's some really good execution there on the tail end. Putting Cretes in the blender and turning it into his favor. Yeah, I don't know. That last anti-tank gun Cretes made instead of maybe like another SU-85 might have come back to bite him there. Luvnest doing such a good job of nullifying the anti-tank guns right at the end. And they're just, you know, I suppose they're like kind of lower risk. Yeah, but because you don't die, you know, you can always recover them, but your enemy can also recover them. Steal them away and turn them against you. That's exactly what happened here. So yeah, good game. Luvnest taking third, winning the series 2-0, but it was a very, very tight contest. Cretes certainly had his moments, could have taken this out. GG.